Hi, I'm Luke Gilfillan. Welcome to the Lounge with Luke Gilfillan. Hello and welcome to the Lounge with Luke Gilfillan Advisory Series Part 4. Today we have...
Bryan, Guevara.
Okay, Bryan, so do you want to do a brief description of yourself for those that don't know you?
Well, I'm a sophomore going to Oak Park River Forest, and I'm in all normal classes, nothing too except for Spanish. I'm in Spanish, I think it's called 4A now because they changed the name for Spanish
So,
for some reason.
what was the name of that before? I know they switched it around.
I don't remember. I just know it's
7A? That's 7A?
Yeah.
7A. So you're in Spanish 7A.
Yes, and at the same time, my entire family speaks Spanish. So.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Do you do any extracurriculars you find interesting?
Yes, I did swimming. Well, I'm doing swimming right now. Did water polo last year too.
Oh, nice. So what initially piqued your interest around swimming, or why did you end up joining swimming?
Well, the first time I did swimming was because of for my college resume to have a sport. Okay, but like when you first join the swim team, it gets fun. You want to go to practice not because of getting better, that too, but mostly because of the teammates and everyone. We do a bunch of traditions. Like our first tradition is at the beginning of the swimming season, we all go paintballing together. Paintball, yeah.
Where do you paintball?
The closest, there's like one, I think it's called Paint Explosion, the close one there, okay? Yeah, so you bring in I think it's it's $20. We need to all pitch in, and we all play paintballing together, okay? And we play a couple of games, and for the final round, now it's fun because the final round, we take our shirts off, and we do paintballing without our shirts.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
We do upperclassmen versus lowerclassmen, and it's so fun because the lowerclassmen, they don't know what it feels like to get shot with a paintball, so they mostly are afraid. Okay, I got shot with a paintball. First time I got shot, I was scared, but didn't hurt that much. Just broke the skin. It makes you bleed a lot. But now, really bleeding, just tiny blood. Okay, so yeah, and our other tradition, we also have bowling. Okay,
Bowling?
Yes, everyone bowls together. We rent a bowling room and we bowl and have fun. Another one is the gross.
Gross?
Yes, it's where we buy 12 dozen donuts.
12? Wow. Oh my God.
12 dozen donuts. Yes, and whoever eats the least amount of donuts needs to run around the block with their Speedo in the freezing cold.
Oh.
So yes, it was fun. So yeah, and our other tradition, we have so many traditions.
Oh, so many. Please tell me all of them.
Okay, our other tradition is we bleach our hair. Okay.
Oh yeah, I've seen kids in swim too.
Yeah. Okay. Last year, Alfred, one of our, right now he's a senior, we bleached his hair last year. The problem was with his hair, it's really thick and extra black. So one of the seniors decided to put double the bleach on him, and the one thing you should hear from the basement is his screaming the entire time, just
He got it in his eyes?
No. He put a towel, but one of the seniors put it on his nipple, and it was just burning for him. He was in pain the entire way. I was just laughing because it looked like he was getting interrogated or tortured in the basement, and it was so fun. Yeah. So we bleach our hair. After that, a week before swim season ends, we make designs. We shave our hair a little bit to make funny designs, keep it for a day, and then we shave it off completely.
Well, that sounds like an exciting group of traditions that you guys have. What type of characters does the swim team tend to attract?
Oh, they attract so many different kind of characters. Okay, I'm trying to describe them because it's hard to describe them because there's so many different type of characters. There's always your typical funny guy, okay, the person that you always respect and always shows like a role model, the role model, and also like it brings in so many different types of characters. It's hard to explain. You need to actually be there and see because each swim team member is different, and we all like have a blast together.
Is swim team a year-round thing?
Let me. Oh yes,
It is? Okay. And when do you practice?
we have practice every week except on Sundays. So on a week,
So every day?
so every day except on Sundays. So yeah. So well, the schedule last year was every day we have morning practice. Okay, so we need to wake up at 5 and be here by 6. And then after that, afternoon practice. It's right after school until 6. And yeah, and that's every day.
Oh wow. So what are the major events of like the swimming season? Do you guys like have a big meet or?
Yeah, we have conference and regionals. It's where we swim around like the region, see who was the best swim team. Last year we won regionals. This year we're probably going to win regionals again.
Nice. So who's the coach or supervisor?
Coach for JV is Coach Matt, and for varsity, I forgot his name. Sorry, but for like JV, there's Coach Matt and Coach Gio. Gio is a dryland expert, and he knows everything about like working out and all that. And Coach Matt is our swim coach. So we have two different types of coaches.
So you do like different types of workouts in swim team. What are the typical
Requirements?
like workout? No, what are like the typical things that you would do during a swim team?
Well, in the mornings we do dryland. It's where we just do upper body strength. Like we go to the weight room, we do weights. Sometimes we go to the adapter gym and we do a thing called the Triangle of Death, aka the acid bath. It's where you do 100 calories on each machine, on the skiers, the rowers, and everything. It's the worst thing ever because it's hell right after that.
Got it. So you also mentioned water polo. What sort of interested you in water polo in the first place?
I mostly just joined water polo because all the swim teammates, everyone from swim team do water polo, and they told me to, come on, do it. So I say, okay, fine, even though I'm not good at water polo. It's kind of the same things, but we don't have that many traditions as swim teams. Swim teams have more traditions than water polo.
So what does the competitive aspect of swim look like? Do you guys just like swim laps like in a race type format, or I don't?
It's a race, yes.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not really familiar with that.
So okay, swimming is technically there's events. There's 50 meters where you just swim back and forth. There's a 25 meters where you just swim straight across. There's 100 meters where you need to swim 4 times back and forth, and there's a 200 is where you swim 8 times back and forth, and there's a 500 where you do 500 meters. So I'm trying to think, 4 times 5, 20 laps back and forth. Okay, and you mostly race against other people. Yes.
Nice. So you also mentioned that you're in Spanish 7-8, which is sort of pretty high for a sophomore. How do you think your experience like speaking Spanish, like with your family?
Well, it's mostly Spanish 7A is easy because it's easy because my mom is from Ecuador. My dad is from Colombia, and my stepdad is from Argentina. So, and my family not only speaks. My parents can speak English, but they prefer speaking Spanish. My entire nephews, cousins, and all that speak Spanish only. So I had to learn how to speak Spanish if I wanted to ever talk to them. And at the same time, my entire mom's side, they all live in Ecuador, and my entire stepdad's side, they live in Colombia. No, not in Colombia, in Argentina. And my dad's side's in all Colombia. So in order for me to speak to them, I need to learn to speak Spanish.
Wow. Okay, so that's a good skill to have.
Yes.
Were you? Did you ever consider? I know like a lot of people that are fluent in languages, they already know how to do it, so they just take 1, 2, so that it's easy. Did you ever think about that option, or?
I was actually thinking about that option. I think wait, say that again?
They'll take so people that already like know a language don't like really think that it's useful. Some people that
No,
I know.
I thought like the language were useful because you get a different vibe. Like speaking English, it's like normal. Okay, it's not that like exciting as when you speak in Spanish because Spanish it feels like for me you speak a little bit more emotionally, more enthusiastic when you're speaking to someone. Say, "Oh yeah, amigo," or something like that. I feel like Spanish is more like better than English.
Yeah. Do you think that, or where do you think that enthusiasm comes from? Is that just because it's like a new thing, or like a?
It's probably just because of how I talk to my friends and all that. I have some friends who can only speak Spanish, so we mostly just talk like that, and we always like make fun jokes. And at the same time, if you live with a family, if you like make friends with Argentinian people, it's so fun. It's like because the way how they don't speak it like normal Spanish. They speak it with like a little bit of accent, and they always make jokes about everything. I mean, literally anything.
Well, Brian, thank you very much for coming on the lounge.
Yep.
Thank you.
Welcome.